Okay, so I knew Navratri from India and I went back to Goma, met some Indian friends. One of them invited me to participate on the Navratri celebration in Goma in Congo. So here's me and my brothers who advised me to put on a suit so that we could go and participate on the event and what was going on as in Navratri. The party wasn't supposed to go beyond 10 p.m. because of the COVID rules which were imposed in the city at that time. And it started unfortunately around 8 p.m. By the time we reached, it was the time when they already started dancing Yarba, which is a dance on which you dance around kind of a circle, and it's an Indian dance originated in Gujarat in India. And that's the reason why none of us danced, because we were scared of like, what if we're going and then I don't do it well? Because even for me up to now, it's really hard for me to try that dance. But it turned out to be so much fun watching others who were dancing it and maybe clapping for them. And after watching the dance, now was the time to try the food, which for me, I enjoyed it so much because when I was eating, I literally felt being back to India while I was in Goma. When for my brothers, it was something which was really strange and they were very choosy, and even after taking the food, it was really hard for them to kind of get so much comfortable with everything which was there that they ended up just liking a little of paneer and rice. But I kind of took most of the stuff because I'm kind of used to them and they were kind of very good for me. And now, before we know it, it was already almost 10 p.m. and now it's time to go back home. So while we were trying to do what we had to do in order to go back home, we couldn't find a taxi anymore because all of them were already gone. And at that time, the police was finding everyone who was in the street, take everything which they had, it be money or whatever you can have on you, and maybe get some beatings because they're not going to take you to jail or give you a fine for walking around in a time which is not allowed. But lucky for us, we found one guy who had a taxi which is tagged to be an emergency taxi. Apparently they're allowed to go around in those times, who took us, even though he charged us so much, but at least he took us and we passed, watching how others were actually being beaten and their phones and their stuff being taken out of them by the police because of going around at that time. And lucky for us, we reached home safely and everything was fine, which in the morning we had some chat and talking about what happened the last night. It was a very good time for me, seriously, and I would love every time when I travel to find Indians around. It's so much fun and they have a lot of things to like. Thanks so much for being here. Catch you next time.